channel. My name is Madaline Pompey if you're new. If not,
hey, what's up? What's poppin'?
Today I got my boo Tang with me. And his hair is getting so long because he's been taking his vitamins, right babe?
No.
Yes you have.
No, I don't take vitamins.
When his hair gets to this state where it starts looking long and messy, me and him have a little style that we like to do.
The Travis Scott hairstyle and slash ASAP Rocky. More Travis Scott though.
So
basically box braids.
Yeah, so today we're gonna be doing box braids with his natural hair. As you can see, it's so long. And his curl pattern is it's not super curly, but it's not loose curls, so it's kind of in the middle. Just like pretty
light skin hair.
Light skin hair, yep. So today I'm going to be showing you how I braid his hair to make him feel like ASAP Rocky. Right, babe?
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do if you're doing your boo Tang's hair, or if you're doing your own hair, or if you're getting your hair done, is you're gonna want to get it wet, and you're gonna want to make sure your scalp is clean, because the style is probably gonna stay in for like a couple weeks. And even though you can wash your scalp with the braids in, they never get totally clean. And what happens?
It gets frizzy? Is that what you're saying?
No, it gets itchy because you can't clean it.
Yeah,
properly.
and it gets frizzy though.
Yeah, and your braids do get frizzy. So make sure your hair is clean and kind of damp. It's gonna make it easier to braid. So then you're gonna need to get you one of these.
Picks.
A pick, and you're gonna just pick out his little fro. And you're gonna try to get all the knots out, because it's like impossible to braid hair if it's knotty. And I'm flicking water. Okay, so now he's all picked out and he has a little afro. Tell him what you think, babe.
A little crazy.
And picking it out kind of got rid of all the excess water, so now it's like practically dry. Let me just show you some of the things that you're gonna need. So the first being some kind of rat tail comb. Tyrrell so kindly picked up two different kinds. There's this metal kind for like a little bit of cleaner parting. He thinks it hurts. And then just like the plastic regular kind. So then you're gonna need a hair tie and a clip of some kind just to hold the hair that you're not working with away. And then you're gonna need some small little elastic bands that are just gonna they're gonna help part the hair and hold it into your clean parts, but they're also going to help seal the braid at the end, because his hair is not long enough to be braided without something at the end. And then you're gonna need some type of grease for your scalp and to help your braids from getting fuzzy, and you know, just to keep the base of the hair strong for the braid and hydrated so that it doesn't get itchy, because your scalp is all exposed to the sun and the elements and whatnot. So you can use coconut oil, which is like more of like a natural organic kind of compound. But Tyrrell can't use coconut oil because he's allergic to it. We had to learn that the hard way. Instead, the grease that we use is the Palmer's Olive Oil Grow Therapy with vitamin E grease, and it looks like this, and it's green and goopy. And so I'll show you how we use this. So now let's just get to parting the hair. So basically, he has this whole chunk of hair that he grows out, and then he gets this trimmed, which right now needs to be trimmed because he has like a little cowlick. And then he gets all this cut and like his beard cut and all that. He likes his parts into small triangles instead of squares, so let me show you how I do this. So we're gonna part it directly down the middle, like this. Then I take one of my elastic hair ties and I just take this whole section and give him a cute little pigtail. So then I'm just gonna be taking it and dividing it into little sections, just like this. And just make sure you're getting your parts as straight and even as possible. So this is the part you want to take your time with, just making sure that you're parts are all even and your boxes are nice. So I'm just gonna take this whole panel of hair here and I'm just gonna keep going down the line, just making like section chunks like this, and then we'll eventually make them smaller and smaller as we go. But right now we're just working on making clean parts. So I'm gonna take this little section that I just made and tie a quick little elastic around it. And then as you can see, I'm doing like 1-inch chunks. So I'm just gonna continue doing that. Okay, so now his hair is parted into these 1-inch chunks. If you look, here's one, here's another one, here's another one, and our parts are like very clean. So now we're just gonna go back and turn each one of these chunks into squares. This is where the clip comes in. I'm just gonna use it to see all like this poofy hair here. I'm just gonna clip it back so it doesn't get in my way. And then I'm going to just turn this into 2 squares because I think it'll be like the most even. So we just part it like this. And then we just clean up our part. And then once I have his little squares separated, just like this, see how we have this square, this little box, then we have this little box. I'm just gonna be taking elastics again and then just holding on to them until I'm ready to use them again. Just like that. Alright, and then now you're just gonna go down the line again and do the exact same thing all over again. Alright, so now we have all these little pigtails everywhere in perfect little boxes. So let me just show you our clean little boxes we have. There's one, there's another, and it goes all down just like that. So now we're gonna move on to the last step of parting this half of the hair. So I'm just gonna be taking one of the little squares, one of the little boxes that I've made. So now here comes the triangle part about how he likes his hair parted. So here's our first box, as you can see.
Ow, stop poking me in the eye with that thing. You literally almost poked me in the eye.
So what I'm gonna do is go from one corner of our box just to the other. Okay, just like that. So now we have a perfect little triangle, just like this. And we're just gonna tie him up. So here's our first box and it's split down the middle this way. So one of the things that you need to do with the corresponding box that's directly next to it is if one part is pointing this way, this little split part needs to be pointing that way that they're not like all lining up perfectly and they kind of have like this pattern happening. Okay, so this is what we're working with right now. It's like very hard to tell with the parts because his hair is like so frizzy and so curly, but
Not frizzy, just long.
Let me give an example. Like this here. So as you can see, he's got like triangle parting happening, and these are all parted into cute little triangles. So we're just gonna repeat everything we just did to this side, and then we'll show you what the finished look looks like at that point. Now we have the hair completely parted into these little triangle sections. This is when, get your afro out my face.
You're freaking all up in me. Why you gotta be, why'd you cough on my hair? I'll just move out of the camera. You can have the whole...
Dang, you smell so good. Now comes the fun part. Now comes the A$AP Rocky, Travis Scott part. We're going to braid the little triangles. So I'm gonna take the hair all back here just to get it out of the freaking way because he has so much of it. Now this is where the grease comes into play. So I'm just gonna open it and I'm gonna have him hold it right here for me.
What?
So you can see how I do it. So I'm going to take out one of my little triangle sections, and then I'm going to take out this little hair tie here, and I'm going to hang on to it or drop it. Alright, so first I'm going to take a little bit of this hair oil, and I'm going to lay it down on the root of the hair just like this so that it lays smooth and he doesn't get super fuzzy fast. And then once I have greased the root, I'm going to pull it all the way through the hair so the rest of the hair is moisturized. Just like that. How's that feel, babe?
Feels whatever. I don't know, do you need more or something?
Alright, So now I'm gonna take a comb and make sure I brush this out because you cannot braid tangly hair because then it's gonna have a bunch of weird lumps and bumps in it. So now we're just gonna take this hair, and depending on the way you want the braid to lay, you need to braid it in that direction. So if I want the braid to lay backwards, I would braid it from the back like this, and it would lay like this. If I want the braid to lay here over his face, which is like what he's going for, that's how he likes his hair, then I'm gonna braid it from this direction. So I'm making sure it's greased all the way through. Then I'm just gonna do a regular braid, parting it into 3 sections, and I'm gonna make sure that it's tight at the base. So I'm reassuring that it's nice and tight because it will keep them looking fresher longer and not getting fuzzy. And then as you're doing this, you're gonna make sure that you don't accidentally pull in hair from the other hair sections, because that like often happens. I made sure they're about the same width and they're not like differentiating in sizes, because that's not cute. And so there's our clean little braids. He does have these little flyaways because his hair is different lengths. They're very, very small. But if he wraps this at night, like they completely kind of conform to the braid with the grease and whatnot. So now I'm just gonna repeat this whole process on his entire head, and yeah, I'll get back to you with the finished product. So I just finished braiding everything. It took like an hour, but here is his hair. You see the little triangle parts all throughout. Look how cute he looks. Look at that cute little face. Okay, so this right here is called a dread bead. I just ordered it off Amazon. It came like in a 10-pack, I'm pretty sure. And it just comes like this, kind of like an ear cuff, that's what it looks like. But you just open it up and then you grab your braid and you just wrap it around it, and then he has this cute little piece in his head. Oh my god.
I'm not looking at it at all now. You put it in there? What are you laughing about?
I looked at you and you were looking at my lip, and I looked away.
What? What?
I looked at you.
Yes.
And you were looking at my lip. So I yelled at you. And
Okay.
And then I looked away at the camera and I looked back at your eye. You were like this. Just looking out. Like completely.
Did it drive through?
You were just like this. I'm so weak. Fun fact, Tyrrell can point his eyes in opposite ass directions. Oh my god, I'm so weak. Alright guys, that's all we have for you. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration tutorial.
I don't know.
I hope you enjoyed this demonstration that we have provided you with, and you should totally go do your man's hair or do your own hair, because it's not hard, it doesn't take a long time, and it looks cute, and there's a bunch of different styles you can do. Like, look how cute this is. You can French, I love to do this. It's like a French braid of all his braids, and then I just like pin it back. He looks like friggin' an Avatar, Last Airbender. I'll sing for you. Ready, go. Cold like Minnesota. Cold like Minnesota. So that's all we have for you guys. Thank you for watching. You got anything you want to say since you never see them?
No. I'll see you soon, I guess.
Tell them thank you for growing.
Thanks
and
for
getting
growing.
bigger as a family.
And getting bigger as a family.
I hate you.
She's putting that in on there.
No, I'm gonna go. So let me know if you like videos with Tyrrell in them, and we will do more. We're thinking about doing a couple videos here in the future.
You don't need me in here, guys.
And yeah, we love you so much. I mean, I love you so much. I don't know how he feels, but he's supportive, so it's whatever. We will just catch you in the next one.